Day that you are here. I'm Dr. Ellen, the Midlife Whisperer, and this is the Quantum Joy Alignment Show with the Enlightened World Network. And boy, do we have a great show for you today. If you have been struggling with those New Year's resolutions that you've set, or just struggling with your body in general, today I'm really going to share what it is that you can do starting right now to get that physiological transformation. And also I'm going to tell you why is it so important in terms of the spiritual connection, because your body really is your temple. And so if you are looking to come into quantum joy alignment, raise your vibration, your frequency, and live your happiest, healthiest life, today's show is really going to help you. I've been a dietitian for 30 years, and so I'm going to share a lot of what I've learned, particularly as it pertains to midlife women. And I'm also going to share what's going on with the stars. Wow, it is go time. If you're listening, it is like such a great time to just hit the ball out of the park. We have Mars, which is in Capricorn, is connecting with Uranus today. So that's giving us a lot of energy to move things forward. And as of Saturday, all of the major planets went direct. So it's really a great energy to get stuff done. So I'm going to be sharing that. And if you have questions or comments, please feel free to chime in the conversation. This is a live show. If you're watching the replay, you can let me know what you think, or if you have questions, I do check back. And of course, I'll be pulling some tarot cards around what we need to know this week. And I've got a really special meditation for you that's going to help you to ground and center yourself. I find when I work with clients, and there's a lot of this high vibrational energy because everything is moving forward, that sometimes you can feel a little scattered. So this is going to really help you to ground and centered. So, and if you're loving the show, please subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Enlightened World Network as well. It really helps to move the algorithm so more people can listen to the show and get the information that they need. So let's talk nutrition. As I said, I have been a registered dietitian for 30 years. And I want to share a little story. A couple of weeks ago, even though I'm a dietitian, sometimes I make mistakes, and I got food poisoning. And what I hate about food poisoning is you've eaten this thing, and then a couple hours later, you start to feel really, really crummy. And you're like, why did I do that? I know better not to eat the undercooked shellfish, or in this case, it was a piece of fruit that had been left out for a long time. And as soon as I ate it a couple, hours or so later, I knew it was going to cause me problems. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I felt so crappy that it wasn't just about my body, but it was about my whole frequency. I went from my high vibe, quantum joy alignment self, where I'm embracing myself. I am elevating my body, my mind, my spirit to a high vibration frequency. And I am in this enlightened place where I'm really connected with my spirit, the divine within. And I ate this, felt sick, and boom, boy, I was in a completely different vibration. I just did not feel like myself. I didn't have any joy. I didn't have any energy. I didn't have any motivation. And so I'm sharing this with you because it's just an example of how the body, the mind, the spirit, emotions, they're all interconnected. Think about it. When you are sick, when you're not feeling your best, your mind's not clear, your emotions aren't positive in that high frequency, high vibe place. And certainly you're not feeling that divine connection. So truly the body is the temple, the house of your soul and your spirit. We are souls having a human experience, but we're also embodied. We live in this physical self. And that's the cool thing as we start playing with these quantum energies, that you start to realize that I am both spirit and I am matter. I am energy, I am matter. And so when you're not eating right, when you're not taking care of your physical self, you can't reach your highest potential. You can't come into quantum joy alignment. So I want to share with you 3 things to help you to really work with your diet, to help you to feel your best, to help you maintain a healthy weight, and to really help you to be in a healthy, high vibe body so that you can really connect with your enlightened self. As I'm talking about quantum joy alignment, it's more about always removing all of these lampshades that block your light, that block you from being your highest, wisest, most high vibe self. So the three things I'm going to share with you are, first of all, let go of all of the dieting, the weight loss BS. The second piece is the actual diet advice, which is to eat a whole foods, plant-based diet. And then the third piece is really the foods and the behaviors that you want to avoid, particularly if you, again, want to be in this high vibe place. Also, you know, for me, one of my biggest wishes in life is to make it to 100. So I'm really dedicated to eating right. And I have to say right off the bat that eating right is not a punishment. You know, when I work with people, sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, it feels like a punishment. That's because getting to this first piece, we have been indoctrinated in all of this diet BS, where we've been told that, you know, you have to eat carrot sticks and cottage cheese. Now, carrots are one of my absolute favorite foods, and they're great for you. But the first thing is you've got to change your mentality around how you're taking care of your body. So if you're like a lot of people, you might have set these New Year's resolutions, and I don't recommend resolutions. I really recommend intentions, because these New Year's resolutions are all about what I don't like. I've been bad, you know, with the holidays and, you know, New Year's and Christmas. The average person puts on 1 to 2 pounds every holiday season, which really accumulates to, you know, like 10, 20 pounds a decade, which is a lot, which is going to erode your health, your well-being, your frequency. So the first thing is to let that whole dieting, weight loss BS go. First of all, diets absolutely do not work. I've been in this business for 3 decades, and dieting, what it does is it's this mentality where you're starving your body. And so what's your body going to do? First of all, stress goes way up. So both cortisol levels go up when you diet. This is proven. They've taken people's cortisol levels, and psychological stress goes up. When your stress goes up, what you want to do is eat. When stress goes up, when cortisol goes up, appetite ramps up and fat deposition around the middle goes up. So that's exactly what you don't want to happen when you're trying to get to a healthy weight. So you want to forget about all the diets. They do not work. What works is a long-term solution, which I'll get to in a moment, of taking care of your body. 32 trillion cells that are working to keep you alive. You've got to like love this physical animal body that you have and treat it like the goal that it is. And I promise you, when you do that, and also when you switch your mentality, loving your body as part of yourself, things will really start to flip, which brings me to this whole kind of weight loss thing. From a law of attraction perspective, weight loss is exactly what you don't want, because you're thinking about weight. You're thinking about weight all the time. You're stepping on the scale. You're feeling bad about yourself. Your self-worth is eroding. And then you're also thinking about loss. When you're wanting to law of attract things, it's all about expansion, abundance, having more in your life. When you're thinking about weight loss, just think about it right now. When you think about dieting, weight loss, how does it make you feel? Do you feel like high vibe and happy and excited to go on this draconian diet? Or you feel like, oh my God, I have to do this again today, chicken breast and weighing my food, and this is so much work. I'm here to say your body's very wise. If you eat the right foods, and you eat when you are hungry and you stop when you're full, your body will get to a healthy weight for you. So that's the other piece of this weight, is to forget about weight, forget about dieting. Weight's fine to think of as an outcome. You know, sometimes my clients like to, you know, get on the scale a couple times a month just to see if things are moving in the right direction, but make it an outcome. Don't make weight the goal, because you don't have as much control of your weight as you think that you do. But if you follow the lifestyle, if you eat the diet, which I'm going to explain in a few moments, and you move your body and you love your body will feel safe, and you'll get to the weight that is right for you. And that might be a size 8. It might be a size 14. It really doesn't matter. It's really about health at every size. But when you think about, like, I need to be the specific weight, and I need to go on this, you know, BS diet again because it's promising me all this stuff. Sure, you might lose a few pounds initially, but then you're going to get hungry and be on the cycle. And then you set yourself up for emotional eating and binge eating. So you need to get off that diet cycle. You need to get away from thinking about weight loss and really thinking about taking care of the beautiful body that you have. So what's the best diet for midlife women and in general? Truly, it is a whole food plant-based diet. And that really is about making plant foods, so fruits, veggies, whole grains, beans, tofu, all of those things, the center of your plate. Does not mean that you need to become vegan or vegetarian, although you can. It is a little hard sometimes to take the best care of your body, particularly if you're vegan, because you are missing some nutrients. But what it does mean is that you are filling your plate with produce. So imagine that this is your plate. What I recommend people doing is the top half is filled with produce. Why produce? Well, first of all, produce is filled with incredible phytochemicals, and it's filled with fiber. And what these foods do is also filled with water, is they fill you up without filling you out. So you feel really full because your body feels full when your stomach is full. It sets off, it triggers certain hormones when your stomach is actually full. And then also it slows you down, other hormones are triggered. And it also tells your gut, your microbiome, that you're getting the food that you need. Now, I find when I'm, away somewhere and I'm not eating the bulk of produce, I like to eat a lot of raw, tons of whole foods, mostly organic. My body gets filled up and satiated very quickly. If you're eating, a lot of sugar, a lot of processed food, what happens is your body's like, wait a minute, where's my phytochemicals? Where are the things that I need? You're not feeding your microbiome. I was reading a really fascinating article over the weekend about your microbiome, which is basically the trillions of cells that you have that are in you, but are not part of your actual cells in your body. They live in you. Some are good, some are neutral, some are bad. They are both bacteria, viruses, yeasts. They're all of the cells, that the microorganisms that live in your gut. And so we have what's called probiotics. You've probably heard about probiotics. You can take a probiotic. You can eat fermented foods like kombucha or sauerkraut or kimchi to get some of these healthy bacteria. So we have these probiotics, which are the good bacteria. And then we have prebiotics, which are the foods that feed the bacteria. And this is really, again, in the produce. And you want to eat the rainbow as well. That's another hint. The more colorful produce you have, the more array of phytochemicals and phytonutrients, plant chemicals are in your food. So you want to have the blueberries, you want to have the grapes, you want to have the strawberries that are red and lots of leafy greens. And all of this is going to create this healthy gut, which is going to actually change how you feel. Believe it or not, there's this whole area that is called nutritional psychology, which really looks at how your microbiome affects you mentally and emotionally. And so it's very important that you have a healthy microbiome, and that really comes from eating the plants food. So first thing is eat plants. The second thing is eat until you are satisfied, not stuffed. And when you're eating the plants, you're going to find that you're satisfied very quickly. If you have a big salad, or you roast some vegetables, or you make a stir fry, or you have a beautiful vegetable, maybe a bean soup. I'm going to make a lot of, my kids coming tonight, so I'm making a big pot. They're coming from Europe. I'm making a big pot of black bean soup filled with garlic and carrots, and they make a wonderful squash here in Costa Rica. You're really full, and it takes a long time. It takes like 20 minutes for your brain to register the fullness. And when you're eating a salad, when you're eating soup, stir fries, it takes a lot longer to eat that food than it does to gobble like a McDonald's hamburger. That food, you don't even need to chew it for it to get into your body, but it doesn't fill you up. So eat plants, eat until you are satisfied rather than stuffed. In a future show, I'll also talk about more about hunger and satiety and emotional eating, but listen to your body. Eat mindfully. It's very wise. It will tell you what you need. It will tell you when you are hungry, when you're not hungry. If you're not sure, what I always recommend people doing, if you're getting used to connecting with the feeling of hunger and satiety, if you're not sure if you're hungry, have a big glass of water, set a timer for 20 minutes and go do something else. If you're still hungry, then you need to eat. And so it's very important to tap into hunger and satiety, because when you are hungry and you eat, you get full and you stop. If you are eating because you are, angry, anxious, lonely, bored, tired, feeling sad, what happens is you are distracted, but you don't get full because you weren't hungry to start with. And so I'll be talking more with the Quantum Joy Alignment show about what to do about the emotional eating, because I find a lot of my clients are struggling with that. But listen to hunger and satiety. Eat until you're like 80% full, not stuff. And that's one of the rules. All of these are in, if you know about the blue zones, I don't know if you've seen that Netflix documentary about the blue zones. They eat a whole food plant-based diet. You could call it the Mediterranean diet, whole food plant-based, DASH diet. It doesn't matter what you call it, but you want to be eating those plant foods. And then the final piece, which is like this third piece about what not to eat, you don't want to eat anything your grandmother wouldn't have eaten. So you want to stay away from the packaged foods. Now, I'm not saying that you never eat packaged things. I certainly buy, sometimes I buy my grains in packages, beans come in a bag, but the part of the grocery store in the aisles, you know what I'm talking about, the cookies, the chips, the cakes, these highly processed foods, you want to stay away from. So think about this. Would my grandmother have eaten this? Would this have existed, 50 years ago when, my grandmother was my age? So you want to, also a good way to think about this is, again, the packaged foods, when you're looking at the ingredients label, if it has more than 5 ingredients, if it has ingredients that you can't pronounce, stay away. And an easy way to do this is when you go to the store. First of all, go to the store when you are full. Don't go to the store hungry, because hunger erodes willpower. And it's very easy to throw things into your cart that you aren't right for your body in the high vibe, quantum joy alignment place that you want to be in. So you want to go full. Shop with a list. So a lot of times I'll have my clients, maybe look at the flyer, what's on sale this week, make a list so you know what your game plan is. And you want to shop the periphery. So on the outside of the grocery store is where all of the healthy food lives. So if you go to most grocery stores, you walk in and there's the produce department, right? So fill up on the produce. And then, you can buy some animal protein if you like to eat that. You can buy, some dairy. And that's the other piece of what not to. You want to try, if you can, to eat more organic. Sometimes organic's not that much more expensive. If you shop at like Trader Joe's or you shop at Costco, they really have some great deals on organic produce. And really, when you're eating the organic produce, it tastes better. You're not taking those toxic residues into your system. It takes your body, your immune system gets activated. It takes your body a lot to get rid of the toxins. That's what not to eat. Don't want to eat a lot of toxins. You don't want to eat a lot of processed foods. What happens is those things can trigger your immune system. They drain your energy. They make you feel tired if there's a lot of salt, sugar, and also additives. What those do is they hijack your taste buds. So you want more and more. Have you ever had an M&M, right? Can you eat one M&M or one potato chip or one Oreo cookie? No, you want to eat the whole bag, because these foods literally are created to hit this bliss point. So keep them out of your house. No problem if you want to have them once in a while. I tell people, get a great, if you love chocolate, most of my clients love chocolate. I love chocolate. I bought myself a couple of beautiful truffles. I have, one every couple of days, and that serves me, that works for me. If you do have an issue with sugar, you want to try to keep them out of the house, but you want to shop on the periphery. When you do buy animal products, try to buy them organic. And humanely sourced. And that's, again, a piece of this quantum joy alignment, the spiritual connection. You don't want to, harm your karma, right? If you're eating things from conventional factory farms, those animals are suffering. Where I live in Vermont, there is a dairy barn next to us, and those cows never see the light of day. And it just breaks my heart to hear them like bleating and mooing all day and to be so unhappy. Here in Costa Rica, it's nice. The animals get to be outside and they are grass-fed. Cows are not supposed to eat grain. So go, if you're eating the animal products, and I recommend more sticking to fish and chicken, although if you want to have a little bit of red meat, again, try to get organic if you can. And so that's really going to help you to get to that right weight. So again, those plant-based diet is going to fill you up. It's going to tell your microbiome, those organisms. Actually, I learned this weekend about postbiotics. So we've got our prebiotics, which are our fibrous foods or plants that are feeding the probiotics, the actual organisms themselves. And then we have our postbiotics, where those organisms themselves are actually giving signals to your brain to tell you whether or not you need to eat more food. And I promise that as you eat this way, and you don't need to do it all at once, maybe you just decide, this week, I'm going to make sure I get 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. I'm going to maybe, next week, maybe I'm going to clear away my pantry. I can't believe it's February already. I'm going to get rid of all of those processed things and fill up on healthier things for snacks. Apples, cut up vegetables, a little bit of hummus, maybe some air pop popcorn, much better options that are less processed that will fill you up. So, come up with some smart goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time sensitive, that are going to help you to, again, eat more plants. Don't eat anything your grandmother wouldn't have eaten, and to eat until you are satisfied rather than stuffed. So maybe you want to work on, as a goal, I'm going to eat with my left hand, or I'm going to eat with chopsticks, or I'm going to set a timer that is going to tell me that I'm going to take at least 20 minutes to eat my meal. I'm going to really eat mindfully and savor everything. So lots of things that you can do to eat right. And I promise that the outcome will be reaching a healthy weight for you. And I wanted to also, actually, before I wrap up, give you a couple hints too for midlife women. It's on the Midlife Whisperer, and that's the clients that I tend to work with. You need more protein at midlife. So before midlife, and we'll say midlife is, we'll say 50 plus, you need 1 to 1.2 kilograms of, 1.2 grams of protein per a kilogram of body weight. So that's around 65, 70 grams of protein every day. And so what that means is having about 20 grams or so with every meal and snack. And so you also need to make sure you're getting enough calcium to keep your bones really, really healthy, making sure you're getting enough vitamin D. So those are some nutrients that midlife women need to be concerned with. Magnesium is another one that I often find midlife women don't get enough of. And if you have questions, you can always reach out to me at the Midlife Whisperer. If you are struggling with your eating, your weight, you need some support, I am here to support you. And I often find, this is the interesting thing, is that it's not about the weight. When I help women come into quantum joy alignment, when they start doing more of what brings them joy, when they cut out the people and activities, those lampshades that keep them from being happy and healthy, the weight comes off naturally. They feel safe. They're doing more what they love. They're not having that wine and cheese party at the end of the day, or that threesome with Ben and Jerry's, because they feel really fulfilled, and you can have that too. So just to recap, let all of the weight go. Put your scale away if you need to. Don't follow any more cockamamie diets. Eat a whole food, plant-based diet without a lot of processed foods and additives, more organic if you can, and less processed food. Eat till you're satisfied rather than stuffed, and you will get to a right weight. And set an intention like, I intend to take care of my body. I intend to eat more plants. I intend to eat until I'm satisfied rather than stuffed, rather than I intend, my goal is to lose 20 pounds. And this brings me to our astrology feature, which I'm so excited about. Today, if you're listening to this live, we have Uranus, which is the planet of sort of freedom and rebellion, is making a beautiful trine to Mars in Capricorn. So Uranus is in Taurus, Mars is in Capricorn, and they are coming into a beautiful conversation, which is really energizing this energy of Mars. Mars loves to be in Capricorn. It is, what is this called? Exalted. Mars is the planet of our ego. Nothing wrong with having an ego. We need an ego to get things done in the world. So it's a really good time to start something new in your life, to say, you know what, I want to change my vibrational frequency. I want to come more into quantum joy alignment. I want to change my relationship with my body. I want to feel more worthy. And then thinking about what it is, the decision, and how you want your frequency to be, so you frequently feel that way. And then thinking about, what are the things that I can do this week, today, to move me in that direction. So Mars is really all about taking action. And Mars also, we've had this kind of little party in Capricorn with Venus, Mars, and Mercury. Uranus went direct on Saturday. So all of the planets are direct, which again is this going forward. They're all going to be direct until April. So it's a really good time between now and April, particularly the next 2 weeks when Mars is in Capricorn, to really move forward with those things that light up your heart, to step outside your comfort zone, to let that fear, that doubt go, and be your best self, because you're here to experience joy. You're here to live a full life, to have fun, and to spread that joy around. If you're midlife women, you impact so many people. You impact your grandkids, your kids, your peers, your parents. We are very powerful, but what needs to change is changing that inner frequency. So diet can certainly help you with that. Mindset, that's a big piece of quantum joy alignment, to have more of a positive mindset. Emotions, so to vibrating with emotions like gratitude and peace and calm, rather than these toxic emotions like frustration, anger, resentment, jealousy. The grief and sadness can be really difficult too, healing those emotions. If you need help with this, you can check out the last couple of shows I've done. I've talked about it. Or again, reach out. I would love to help you come into this alignment, which is really about embracing yourself, who you are, loving yourself exactly where you are, accepting where you're at, doing that self-care, which is what we just talked about. Part of that is thinking about nutrition as part of self-care. Elevating your emotions, your body, your spirit, so that you really are vibrating with the frequency that you want to have frequently in your life. And then finally, enlightening yourself, finding that passion and that purpose, which is, again, part of this whole blue zone movement. We're having passion, purpose. It's called in Japan, ikigai, waking up every morning excited and joyful and energized about your day. You have the ability to be able to control your frequency. You can't control what's going on in the outside, but you can control the frequency that you are vibrating with every single moment. And it really starts with noticing when you're at a frequency that is a lower vibration. And you can look at, like, I love the Abraham Hicks. They have a wonderful spiral that shows the energies that are moving on down and the energies that are moving on up. So thinking about, how do I move into this higher vibrational place? Again, the foods are really helpful with that. Another thing I really like to do is sort of spend a moment and be grateful for my food. I give it a little bit of Reiki energy before I eat it, and then really bless it to my body, knowing that, I am energy and these foods are coming from sunlight. So your foods are great. Your mindset's really important. Your emotions you're vibrating with are important. And again, this Mars energy, which is connecting with Uranus, and then also all of the planets direct, is a really powerful time to move forward, to let go of anything maybe that was on your list of resolutions for January. If they haven't worked for you, that's not a problem. Let them go. You're not alone. Only like 9% of people actually complete their New Year's resolutions every year. So lean into a new way of being, thinking about more, how do I want to feel? That feeling, emotional piece is really what is going to magnetize what you want, and let go of how it's going to show up. Let the universe drive. And I love this technique because when I stepped foot into Costa Rica a year ago, I came to Costa Rica January 25th, 2023. Never in a million years did I think that I was going to buy a house and live here. But everything worked out. Everything from Hurricane Ian hit, so I didn't go to Florida. We met this guy on the beach who gave us the name of his real estate agent. We started thinking about being snowbirds here in Costa Rica. We found the perfect house. It was all in alignment, but it wasn't like I put on my vision board, I want to live in Costa Rica. You can do that. But then what ends up happening is, if you have too much specificity around what you want to manifest, you might lose out. Like if you're looking for a great guy, maybe you're like, well, he's got to be, a blonde and make X amount of money and be in this kind of career. And then you're missing out on something that could be better. With my relationship, I would never in a million years, again, have anticipated the wonderful man that stepped into my life, but the universe knew better. And I am so happy with my relationship, with where I live, with my career. And you can have that too, but it's really an inside out job. And this week is really a super powerful time to take some action, to harness that Mars Uranus energy. We also have some Venus, which is the planet of openness and love, is connecting with Jupiter and Saturn as well. And that happened, I believe, yesterday, Sunday. So that's really about tapping into your heart, is like, what is my desire? And that's being magnified, it's being directed by Saturn, and it's being amplified by Jupiter. So it's really the next couple of weeks, and between now and April is a really powerful time to get your manifestation mojo happening. So let's pick a couple of cards. And if you'd like a card, let me know in the chat. I go back and pull cards. for people who are like, yes, I would like a personalized card. I'm also always happy to do readings. You can go to my website, The Midlife Whisperer, and go on to services, and you can book a reading there if that's something you're interested in, or if you'd just like to have a conversation and learn how I can help you come into quantum joy alignment and really make your next chapter your best chapter. I would be delighted to do so. All right, so what do we need to know this week? I usually like to pick 3 cards. Let's see what's coming up for us. Okay, so first card is Ace of Wands. I don't know if I picked this one last week. This has been coming up a lot for my clients, myself as well. So this is the card that's really saying, I want you to be in a new vibe. I have a new energy. We've got this Mars, Uranus. We've got this Jupiter connecting with, this Venus connecting with Jupiter and Saturn. And then we also had Mercury, which is planet of communication, and Mars actually met last week as well. So you've got this beautiful energy that's saying, shift your frequency. Wands are really our energy of spirit. And so it's upside down. So, we want to turn it right side up. So it's like, what is the inner work that you can do? And that might be just simply saying, I'm not going to let these low vibe people in my life anymore. I'm going to change my relationships. I'm not going to let this low vibe food in my life anymore. I'm going to check in with how I'm feeling and notice where's my spirit and what can I do so that I'm really, the universe is saying newness, and there's a little resistance there. And then the next card, we've got the, the 9 of cups. And I picked it also as reverse, but the 9 of cups is this card it's called the wish card. And so I think that's not really Venus energy of what are you wishing for? And a big piece of this wish card is feeling worthy. When we don't feel worthy, we can manifest diddly squat, because if you don't feel worthy of receiving it, it's not going to happen. You get what you think about and what you put out there all the time. So believe that you are worthy and do some journaling around what would I love to see happen? Forget about the how. Feel worthy. I mean, that was another issue that happened to me when I bought this house. My God, I had to do so much work around my worthiness because frankly, I didn't feel worthy of this beautiful home that I have now. And I had to really work on my own self-worth, my own value to step into this new reality that I've created here in Costa Rica. And then finally, we've got the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is this kind of card like you've gone to a party and there's so many options and can be a little bit of an overwhelm. So what I would say, if you're sort of feeling like, you have got like the wreath here, and I think you've got like the snake, and you've got the dragon, there's a lot of options and things that you could be doing. And if you're not sort of sure about what's the right option for me, drop into your heart. A big piece of quantum joy alignment is letting the heart be the ruler of your life. So often we're taught and we get into these habits of letting our head be the ruler, that your mind should be the servant, not the master. The mind is not able to receive the divine downloads or to connect with your heart of what you really want. The mind and the ego are fantastic at executing, particularly when they're in Capricorn. But the heart needs to be the leader. So making the heart the leader of your life. So just to recap, so please dip into this new energy that is ready for you. Make a wish, decide what it is I really want, and let go of the how and the exact outcome of exactly how it has to come out. Don't put yourself in a box, but say, I really would love to be in a great relationship. I really would love to have a healthy body. I really would love to be in a job, a career where I look forward to going to work every day. I'd love to have more energy. Whatever that is, think about what would I absolutely love, and then let the universe do its thing, but get into, this is sort of make a decision, choose which, option you're thinking is the right option for you, and connect with your heart to help you make that decision. So that's a little bit about what we need to know this week. Let's do a meditation. I really wanted to do a meditation today that is going to help you to ground and center yourself, because with all of this forward motion energy, it's very easy to get into this card where you can feel a little overwhelmed with lots of options and things going on. So we're going to do a little bit of a grounding energy. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position, or you can lie down if you'd like. And I always like to start with just a couple of breaths. So just coming into your body, noticing what it's like to have a body, maybe thanking your body. Thank you, body, for keeping me alive. Just feeling the weight of your body on the chair, maybe feeling your feet on the earth. Seeing if you can connect with your center. So where is the center of your body, the center of your being? Be noticing the little bit if it's off balance, maybe there's a little bit more energy in the right or the left side. Just noticing, where's my body at? Where's my center? And imagine that there is a grounding cord. So imagine perhaps that you are sitting on a huge tree trunk, maybe in a beautiful forest, and there is a grounding cord that is like roots. So it's moving from your tailbone deep, deep, all the way into the center of the earth. You can imagine it as an actual cord, like a red piece of yarn that's connected with your tailbone, your root chakra, or maybe imagining your seat and your feet rooting into the ground and just feeling that grounded energy, just feeling the weight of your body. And just breathing in this energy of the earth. You are an energetic being. You have polar opposites. So feeling this beautiful earth energy. Maybe bringing that earth energy up through the center of the earth, through this cord, breathing all the way into your heart. Just seeing yourself maybe as a tree trunk, just experiencing your whole core, your trunk, solid, energized, grounded, just feeling so safe and secure. And now imagine that there are beautiful branches growing through your crown, reaching up into the sky, into the heavens, being magnetized, being invigorated by the sun, knowing that you are made of sunlight. You literally eat plants that grow from the sun or animals that eat the plants, and just feeling those branches growing up towards the heavens. So feeling that solar energy, and then feeling maybe the energy of the stars, the energy of the planets, just connecting with all the heavenly bodies as far out into infinity as you'd like to go. Just feeling this beautiful heavenly energy coming in through these branches that you are growing, moving down through your crown, down through your third eye, the seat of your intuition, through your throat, into your heart, and mixing with this beautiful energy of the earth. So you're feeling grounded and centered, but at the same time, you're feeling energized and enlightened. So maybe sitting up a little taller, just playing with the energy of the sky, the heavens, and the energy of the earth, and just feeling so grounded and centered and energized at the same time. And just be open to receive a third layer of energy from Reiki, from me. So I'm just sending you some Reiki energy. Just be open to receive what you need. Your body is pulling in through me, whatever you need today. Just enjoying being alive in a body. Maybe asking yourself, what frequency would I like to be in this week? What frequency would I like to frequently experience? What vibration? Notice what comes up. Just tapping into your intuitive awareness, either in your heart, it's also awareness in your belly or your third eye. How would I like to experience? What frequency? And then tapping into that Mars energy of what actions can I take this week to move myself forward so I am in more quantum joy alignment. So I have more energy, I accomplish what I'm here to do. What's one or two actions, big or small, that I can take? Maybe it's just doing some food shopping and getting more produce and actually taking the time to fix it. Maybe it's drinking more water, going to that yoga class. Maybe it's setting some boundaries with some people in your life who are not vibrating at the level that you are, and calling that person that you've been thinking about, gee, I'd really like to get to know them more. Maybe it's stepping it up in your career, whatever it is. What would I love to do this week to move myself forward? What actions can I take? And then finally, just setting an intention to be in that frequency and to take action to move your life forward. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May you make your dreams a reality, and may things turn out way better than you ever imagined, because everything is happening for your highest good and the highest good of all beings. And then when you're ready, gently wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe doing a little breath in and a stretch, and opening your eyes. So I hope that you enjoyed that and you felt a shift. Remember, this is just such a great week to start to make your dreams a reality. You are the only person who can transform your life. You are the only person who can do the work to come into quantum joy alignment, to embrace yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, do the self-care, to elevate your body, your mind, your emotions, and to enlighten your spirit, to remove those lampshades so that you can let your light shine. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, let me know. You can reach out to me at themidlifewhisperer.com. That's themidlifewhisperer.com, or leave me a note on Facebook or here on YouTube to let me know what you think about the show, the kind of topics that you'd like to hear. I really appreciate you. You are my reason for being, for waking up joyful and energized and excited to start my day. And do tune into the Enlightened World Network. They have a whole host of beautiful shows which will help you raise your vibration. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week.